the heart of the process, so I just will leave the camera going for a few of these so you can see how this is done. Pull it over, roll. You can see there's no fusion. You can't hardly see the fusion. This may come out when you're baking. You may see a crack, but it should not separate. Okay, so I'll do that slowly for you again. Okay, so you hold about this much, like this, pull it down over the back of your hand. You can do it in the middle instead. Have it about an inch covered. Push it down on the counter and roll. Okay, so I've got the first three. I'll turn the camera off and I'll make the rest. Okay, and I just wet my paper towel. Give it a good wring. 2 pieces is more than enough. And just going to get that covered. Now, you're going to let that sit for about a half an hour. In the meantime, what you're going to want to do is do your cleanup to start off with. Get an 8 to 10 quart pot and get 6 quarts of water to a rapid boil, and make sure that you've got some honey. Oh yeah, and one more thing, depending how slow or fast your oven is, you have to preheat the oven to 425. Whether you want to start that now or wait until the water's boiling, that's up to you. It's about halfway through the rise. I've got the water boiling. I got some liquid honey here, my 1/3 of a cup. Don't stress on this over much. You do want to get the honey in before we get to the second last step there. Let that come to a boil again. And in the meantime, make a fast egg wash for the top of the bagels. So for this, you need 1 egg yolk. So crack the egg and open it over the sink. Get your bowl. Basically what you do is let the egg white fall down. Okay, and then you get a tablespoon of water. Beat that briefly, just with a fork. This part is very fast. The water is boiling. Bagels have risen. What you do is pick up a bagel, try not to stretch it, drop it into the boiling water. You do 3 at a time. It'll stay in the water for approximately 1.5 minutes. I've just got some paper towels on a cooling rack on the stove. Now, I mean, obviously I've got this all on the stove so you can see it. Usually I would use the counter space as opposed to the stove for this. You can see the bagels start to swell up. They've been there for about a half a minute or so. Now, minute and a half, basically they swell up and they look cooked. So what you do is you've got a strainer and you'll pop them over halfway through. Just let them go. This part is quite visual. And part of the art of cooking, instead of it being a science where everything is just precise. Now, another reason you want to be quick about this is as the dough goes into the water with the honey. The more dough goes into it, the faster it will froth up, and you do not want this boiling over. This has been long enough. Take it out, shake some water off of them, flip them over. Now, either have lots of clean towels or a roll of paper towels ready, because you're not really going to want to be reusing this. Okay? So we've got 3 here. The other 3 go in immediately. While those are in, take the sheet off. Take the parchment off the sheet. You have your egg wash ready. Give them a quick brush, either on here or on the rack. I prefer to do it on here because that way you don't have egg wash on the cookie sheet. That will burn. These are still quite hot. Just kind of ease up under them. And if that's not working, they're not so hot they're going to burn you. Just pick them up and put them on the sheet. You'll get a rhythm for this if you make quite a few. So that time it took, these are flipped, they're nearly done. I'll let them go over a bit more. Get another paper towel while I'm waiting. Like I say, if you got clean kitchen towels, and I just forgot because I was at work today, it's a lot better to use kitchen towels. Okay, so these are going to come out. There you go. Flip them over. Okay, I'm going to leave that water going. Just finish up this rack and then I'll go get the other rack. Pop them in the oven. So the oven's been preheated to 425. They're going to go in for about 20 minutes. And I'll flip them over once. Okay, we're halfway through the cooking time. So, the ones from the top come out. Let's put those on the left to remember. Ones from the bottom, I'll go on the right. Close up quick. Give these a quick turn. Come on. Oh, where's my other? After a couple of minutes of wrestling and cursing, which I did off camera, I thought I would try this, but guess what? Even non-stick cook sheets will not work. You will absolutely need, because I was hoping to get away from it, you will absolutely need parchment paper. Do not try this with wax paper, it will catch fire in the oven. So do get some parchment paper and line the cookie sheets first. Now, the bagels are salvageable. They've lost a couple of bits on the bottom, but they still mostly came off. They should just come off really nicely. But because they're halfway cooked, they will not stick now. Okay, time's up. Bagels are done. Well, they didn't turn out that bad. So as I was saying, make sure, learn from my mistake. Before, when they come out of the water, and before they go onto the cookie sheets, make sure that you line the cookie sheets with parchment paper. And then they'll just peel right off. And you will wind up with these. So we've had a couple of mishaps during this one. But in the end, it was successful. Here we are, Montreal style bagels. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.